Well, all right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be archives. And it's time for another track versus track video. And, well, it's also time for another track versus track of two classic 70s greatest hits albums that sold, more than God, and there are more copies out there than you could possibly imagine. And you used to be able to get for 2 cents at thrift stores, and now they're probably 20 bucks each. Well, that is the Carpenters. Singles, 69 through 73, right? And of course, the all-time classic Best of Bread. I mean, this is probably the ultimate 70s greatest hits album. And, well, yeah. We're going to go full-on AM Gold, soft rock, 70s greatest hits, track versus track. All right, let's get started. Okay, so track number 1 on the Carpenters album, We've Only Just Begun. What a track that is. One of my favorite songs of the whole decade. And I love the Carpenters. I love Bread too. I love both these bands. That's going against number 1 on track number 1 on Best of Bread, which is Make It With You. Well, that's actually pretty easy. Both of those are stone cold classics, and I love both of those to death. But dude, We've Only Just Begun. Yeah, the Carpenters take that. So track number 2 on the Carpenters album, Top of the World. And that's going up against track number 2 on the Bread album, which is Everything I Own. Everything I Own. Ooh. That one's actually pretty tough. Oh. I'm going to have to think about this for a second. See, I think I know which way I'm going with this. Now, it used to be that I would easily have taken Everything I Own over Top of the World, but I think things have changed, man. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Carpenters on that. Yeah, giving that to the Carpenters. Okay, all right. So track number 3. Track number 3 on the Carpenters, Ticket to Ride. The cover of the Beatles song Ticket to Ride from their first album, Offering, and which they later retitled Ticket to Ride. And that goes up against the 3rd track on Best of Bread, which is Diary. Oh, Diary. Well, I got news for you. Bread is on the map. Bread gets that one in a big old way. I gotta... Okay, gotta mark it. Marking it, see, I'm here instead of, in the world-famous As It Should Be studios, where I have paper and pens where I can mark off, the tally sheet. I don't have that here, so I'm kind of happy to do it on the computer in front of me. And, takes a little longer, man, doesn't it? Evidently. Okay, well, track number 4. Track number 4 on the Carpenters is Superstar. And that goes up against track number 4 on Bread, which is Baby I'ma Want You. And, ooh. You know what? I'm giving that to Bread. Yeah, I know most people will probably go with Superstar because that is an absolutely stunningly great Carpenters single. And, great song. Karen's performance is absolutely just fucking unsurpassable. But you know what? I actually like Baby I'ma Want You a little bit more. So Bread gets that. It's a tie so far. Okay, all right, so number 5, Carpenters, we have Rainy Days and Mondays. Okay? And that goes up against track number 5 on Bread, which is, ooh, It Don't Matter to Me. Ooh, oh man. Yeah, It Don't Matter to Me, which is originally on their first album, the first self-titled album. But, and that version is pretty good. I like that. That's okay, but they did a re-recording that's on this album that came out as a single. And man, this version, whoo-hoo. Oh man, up against Rainy Days and Mondays? Ooh. Man, that is stiff. Well, Man, you know what? I'm going with Bread. I'm going with Bread on that. Oh, that really, really hurts to go against Rainy Days and Mondays. Rainy Days and Mondays is like a titan. I mean, I really love that song, but yeah, I got to go Bread. Okay, track number 6 from the Carpenters, and that is Goodbye to Love. Okay, and that goes up against track number 6 on the Bread album, which is If. Well, that one, well, that one is a little tough because you know what? Goodbye to Love is not one of my favorites. It's not one of my favorites of all the great Carpenters singles. If is a great Bread single, but you know, it's kind of, that's one that I'm definitely tired of. Ooh. But you know what? I have to go Bread because I may be a little tired of If, but I just don't like Goodbye to Love that much. So, wow. I honestly thought the Carpenters were going to wipe the floor with Bread on this. Well, I'm quite mistaken. Bread's kicking ass. Okay, so number 7 on the Carpenters album is Yesterday Once More. And that goes up against the 7th track on the Bread album, which is Mother Freedom. Bread gets it again. Yeah, easily Mother Freedom over. Yesterday Once More I like okay, but kind of like Goodbye to Love, it's really just not one of my favorites. And yeah, man, Bread is absolutely just wiping the floor with Carpenters. And I love the Carpenters. I'll tell you right now, I love the Carpenters way more than I love Bread. I'm a huge Carpenters fan. So I'm kind of stunned to see how this is going. Okay, so track number 8 on the Carpenters is Going to Take Some Time. And that goes up against track number 8 for Bread, which is Down on Your Knees. Or Down on My Knees, sorry. Down on My Knees. Well, you know what? Carpenters. That's, yeah, no contest. Carpenters get that easily. Yeah, you know, I kind of predict, now that we're on the second side of the Bread album, that the Carpenters are going to kind of, you know, come in and like, you know, do some swinging. We'll see. But yeah, Carpenters all the way on that. It's track number 9 on the Carpenters album, Sing. And that goes against track number 9 on the Bread album, which is Too Much Love? Oh, shit. So I'm doing it without my I'm doing this without my glasses, so I'm like, is that what it says? Too Much Love? Too Much Love. Yeah, you know what? Carpenters. Definitely the Carpenters. All right, so track number 10 on, well, the Carpenters album is For All We Know. Ho, ho, ho. Versus track number 10 on the Bread album was Let Your Love Go. Oh, man. Love both those songs. Let Your Love Go is a great, it's almost kind of a 60s garage rock, you know, guitar riffy track from Bread. You know, down, down, do, do, down, down, do. You know, it's a really, really cool track. But yeah, I'm going with Carpenters on that. For All We Know, all the way. All right, so track number 11 on the Carpenters album, Hurting Each Other. Okay, and that goes up against track number 11 on Bread, which is, if I can see it, Look What You've Done. Yeah, Look What You've Done from the Bread album. Yeah, no contest. No contest. Carpenters take that in their sleep. Okay. Yeah. All right, so track number 12, the last track on the Carpenters album is They Long to Be Close to You. And that goes up against number 12, the last track on the Bread album, which is Truckin'. Well, come on. Of course the Carpenters get that. The Carpenters run away with that. There aren't words to describe how much the Carpenters win that. Okay, let's get these records out of the way, and let's have a count here. All right, I'm putting my glasses on for this. Woo! Okay, Carpenters have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Bread has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh! So there you go, man. For a minute there, it looked like Bread was going to wipe the floor with the Carpenters, but in the end, the Carpenters won. Stands to reason. I do love the Carpenters more. All right, well, thank you everybody for watching these videos, and thank you to everybody who has subscribed. But if you haven't, consider subscribing. But if you do, click the little bell because notifications. And shout out to Ralph Vieira, aka Dr. Fuck of the Almost Human channel, the originator of the track versus track idea. I salute him. Anyway, be sure and come back on Thursday because Crystal Durant and Tommy Von Voigt are going to be back, and we're going to be in the world famous As It Should Be Studios continuing our Albums of the Year. Our great Albums of the Year series. And, well, you don't want to miss that. But anyway, I guess I'll be seeing you guys soon. Well, all right, welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be. Take two. Well, all right, welcome back to... Well, all right, welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be archives. And time for another track versus track. And it's time for another classic greatest hits track, or classic greatest hits album versus classic greatest... All right. Again, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay. Well, all right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be archives. I can't talk. Well, all right.